So when the word emotional betrayal comes to mind, what do you think? What comes to your mind when you hear people talk about emotional betrayal? When your partner breaks that emotional connection that you both share. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything physical. It can just be through behaviors, through attitude, and a lot of things that does not have anything to do with physical abilities or something else. So today being Wednesday, we are looking at the topic emotional betrayal. As you know, every Wednesday we talk about relationship. So we're looking at emotional betrayal. Good morning. This is today's live on Ekwa Television International, and I am happy that you are able to join us for the show. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. Please join us and drop your comments, drop your views, and whatsoever it is you think based on the discussion that we will be having today. I'm not doing this alone. I have with me on the set today Solomon Sambo. Good morning.
Good morning, Jamila.
Joyce Jakada. Good morning.
Morning. I'm happy to be here.
I am happy as well. Prudence. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Why
So
is Prudence sounded as if somebody have betrayed her emotion? The way she's so sober.
Sounds like it. I'm not going to respond at all. See, today I came as a very calm person. No aggression.
Okay.
So I'm not going to respond.
Well noted.
yes. So we're looking at emotional betrayal today.
Well, this is interesting topic coming at the right time. Because when I saw that topic, I was like, wow, this is timely. Timely in the sense that this is something that most people don't pay attention. And they pay nonchalant attitude towards it because they feel something that doesn't matter. And then looking at our generation, how people, all they do is think about themselves. People being self-centered, people being greedy about everything. Like, all we do is to think about ourselves. It's not a news, and it's not that it started with this generation, but it become rampant simply because the generation that we are, and what the world is projecting, and what the world is painting as it is the way of this, the new norm, the new way of life, that you live for yourself, self-love, love yourself, don't care whatever happen, your happiness is your happiness. That's why people can afford to do anything and then them like your feelings. Yeah, they'll just tell you, well, it's left for him. Let him feel, or let her feel whatever she wants to feel. As far as I'm good, I'm good. I don't care. The person should go to hell. You understand? You hear most of this, statement out there. Because yesterday we talked about generational differences, the gap that is there. Instead of closing, the gap is getting wider and wider by the day. For us, the coming of the social media, the internet, that give people access to a lot of information, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then they are telling you have the right to choose whichever one you want to choose and live by it. Is your life. Nobody should ask you any question. And that's why you hear people saying, just like the way Prudence was saying yesterday, like, it's all about you. It's all about your happiness. So what happens to your neighbor? You don't care. As long as I'm cool, as long as I'm happy. If I should offend you now and then I'm good that you're angry, it's fine by me. So we don't look out for each other. So when it comes to the issue of emotion, yes, people know that to get people easily is to break their emotion. And some people go intentional to get at people by building your emotional expectation so high, while in their mind they know exactly what they are doing. It's just to take you high on the mountain and then drop you there and then pull the mattress that eventually probably maybe you will fall on. And they will pull it and they leave you there. You fall however you fall, they don't care. So mostly what is happening now is just people thinking about themselves and then don't care about how people feel. So people will engage in relationship that they know that they are not genuine about. So from the word go, you are engaging yourself in a relationship that you know exactly that is going nowhere. Already you have set the trap for the person. Your intention is to hurt the person at the end, not for that person to feel good at the end. So people are just bent to like hurting people that they don't care. As far as they feel like it's not a physical hit, they didn't hit you with something to feel the pain to take you to hospital. They feel they are cool, they are okay. It's not something to matter. So, but I think it is timely, and it is something that we need to discuss and draw our attention to what you should pay attention to if you are in a relationship, so that at the end of the day, you can be able to read all the red flags and then be able to guide your emotion very well, so that at the end you will know that it's something that you can handle.
And talking about emotional betrayal, you see things like emotional infidelity. People prioritize physical infidelity to emotional infidelity, not knowing that when you're looking at emotional infidelity, you're betraying your partner without necessarily using words. We are betraying your partner without necessarily saying anything. Probably with your attitude, you find partners being emotionally involved with someone else that is not even your partner. You're sharing deep informations. You're sharing deep feelings. Probably you feel like, okay, I am comforting her. I am being there for her. Then who else will be there for your own partner as well? So you find emotional infidelity on the rampant in relationships, in marriages. Someone that you're not even attached to in any way. You want to get back to your partner by talking with someone else. The time you're supposed to give to your own partner, you're giving to somebody else, all in the name of I am trying to be there for her because she's going through a lot. But when your own partner is going through a lot, you are barely ever there for that partner. So that is emotional infidelity, and a lot of people are caught in this web, either as victims or the perpetrators of doing that. And a lot of times you also find people prioritizing other things instead of emotionally being there for your partner. Probably you're prioritizing people, or you're prioritizing work, or you're doing just every other thing comes before your partner. Every other thing, like, okay, if there's a job in your office, you want to do it before you have time for your family. If there is someone that is in trouble, you want to be there for the person before you even are there for your own partner, be it relationship or marriage as well. And that is something that people really need to pay key attention to. Emotional betrayal it causes more harm than good, and it goes deeper than physical betrayal. When physical betrayals come into play, you can easily talk about it, you can be angry, you can show your resentment, you can do a lot of things. But this emotional one has little or no words at all. Practically behaviors, practically attitude. Like, how do you explain attitude? If someone shows you emotional betrayal, what evidence do you have to show that, okay, this person blackmailed me emotionally? Because the person didn't say anything. Maybe it's just an attitude, it's just a facial expression or anything at all. So really, emotional betrayal is something that should be looked into with keen interest.
Sure.
You know something that I find very interesting is when someone says something like, what more does she want? I've done everything for her. Or what more does he want? I've done everything for him. But then again, there is no communication between you. Already, that is a red flag. That is emotional betrayal. Because if you say that you are emotionally attached to me, I should be able to feel it. I should be able to notice it. I should be able to it should be something that is substantial, right? When I'm not feeling it, when I don't even perceive that you are emotionally attached to me, then automatically there's a problem there, right? And then you find that a lot of people would go an extra mile, uh, buying gifts and buying other things, but honestly, when it really comes to the nitty gritties of emotions, that person is unavailable. That already in itself is emotional betrayal, because he or she is probably channeling that same emotional communication that I need to another person. That is when it is really emotional betrayal. When we talk about emotional betrayal, it doesn't necessarily mean that the person is not there physically. The person is there physically, he's there, he's seemingly showing that he cares for you, but then again, he's more attached to somebody else outside. He can tell that person more secrets about him than he can approach you and tell you about him. He can tell somebody else out there that he's displeased with what you did, rather than telling you, this is what you did to me that I'm not happy about. And so there's that detach, there's just that break. So there was a point in my life that I someone was approaching me, and honest to God, I could literally not even tell this person that I don't like what you're doing, I don't like this that you're doing, and I don't like that you're doing. But I could actually communicate with somebody else and tell the person that this, and this. And so I looked at it and I'm like, no, a relationship between me and this person would not work, because I'm not giving the emotions that is required. And so that is the major reason why that did not happen. But some people will tell you, you will build it over time. True, it happens. But if you cannot say for sure that it would build over time, don't even give that person the room to start. And I'm talking here from before you even get to the relationship, before you get to marriage, because, well, I've not been married before, so I'm talking from my own place of experience. It is very important that when you're going into a relationship, you know that you are supposed to be emotionally attached to this person, and so you give your emotion to that person and not divide it or channel it to somebody else, and you're holding this person at your at an arm's length, and you're like, okay, no, I'm testing the waters. You find a lot of people saying things like that. I'm testing the waters to see what is the best option for me, and you're not putting into consideration the emotions of that person. So automatically you're betraying that person emotionally. And people, earlier on you mentioned that people don't even put so much importance to emotional betrayal, because it is not physical. It's not something that you can actually just see and pinpoint that this is emotional betrayal, because people will even look at you like you're stupid when you say, I was betrayed by this person emotionally. But if you say something like, no, I caught him in bed with another person or something like that, people are quick to say, run away, he's but nobody will tell you that, oh, I saw he's too close a friend with this person, and I really felt like it was a problem for our relationship. And people are saying, you're being paranoid. So this is something that at the end of the day, the person that is being betrayed would end up being self-conscious. The person's self-esteem could actually drastically drop. It could become a very huge problem for that person. I saw while I was studying for this show, I actually came across what someone called emotional trauma. How the person's emotions are automatically told with. So when you are faced with a better option, or when you are faced you are in a different situation, you would not be able to be attached to that person emotionally, because somebody else had already damaged your emotions. And so it becomes very detrimental to the person that is betrayed, and in the long run it actually affects the society, because we have a lot of people that are having emotional imbalance,
trust
issues. The whole society becomes affected by that.
Okay, so I just kept thinking about the whole emotional betrayal. Like, what is relationship without trust and connection?
True.
And that is what emotional betrayal does. Like, it strikes on these two things, trust and connection. I mean, emotional betrayal is a really deeply, as a painful experience. If you have experienced it, you will relate to what I'm actually saying. And if you have not,
I thought you would say if you experience it, raise your hand.
and if you
I
have not,
almost did this. I almost did this.
and if you have not experienced it, pray to God not to
true. True.
experience
Yes.
it,
Honestly.
because
Agree
the
with you.
impact can be devastating.
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yes.
I've made this example of a young lady that for years now is struggling with mental issues because of emotional betrayal. She has been in a relationship with this guy for years, and then they stay in the same community. Everybody knows, anywhere they see, my turn this person, so person's wife, because they already see future. They go to everywhere, they do things together in church, in fellowship, you see them together. And then this guy just got someone else pregnant. How it happened, I can't explain. And then you know how before now you get a lady pregnant, they'll just carry her and her things and go and keep her in your house. You don't have the choice to say, no, I'll take care of the baby, and she should stay in her parent house. No, they will carry her and come and keep it for you. So it is now that parents even say, no, you don't have to marry him, they can take care of you and all of that. So they carried that girl to his house. Marriage has started. And this girl was at home, and then somebody went and broke the news to her that, do you know that this morning they brought wife for your fiance, your boyfriend, or your whatsoever? She said, what kind of talk is that? And then they said he got somebody pregnant. That was how this girl just screamed. She rushed to the room. She locked the door. She locked herself. They tried to, and that was how this thing impacted on her mentally, because she found out that, it was actually true that happened, and he's already married to the young girl. So what would he explain to her? Is you I love. That one is a mistake. The trust, the connection, the bond between the both of them as far as relationship is concerned has been broken. And that was why I said it's a really deeply painful experience. Now, by way of conceptualization, if you talk about emotional betrayal, it is a situation where one person in a relationship, so there's already a relationship between two of you. There's already agreement that let's go into relationship. Then one person now decides to break the trust, to break the bond through his or her own action that emotionally impacts the connection that both of you share. I always talk about the fact that a lady is on her own. You carried yourself and went and met her. I love you, or I saw vision that you are my wife. You see all
You on
manner
this
of
issue
things.
of vision.
Do you understand?
That vision
I see my children in you. I see the mother of my
I see you
kids.
carrying
All manner of
my
cliches
kids.
and lies. And then the girl is saying, no, I'm not ready for this. I'm not interested. You keep persuading. You keep pushing her everyday lines. In the morning you call. In the afternoon you call. In the night you call. In between, she's at work. You're dropping messages and all of that. You're showing so much care and concern, which are temporary. And then you call, have you prayed? Like before you met her, she was not praying. Have you prayed? Because you want to paint the picture of that good guy that cares and loves the girl. And she's like, no, I'm here too. Let's pray. Please don't sleep without praying. And then you pray with her for an hour. Like I know a young man that used to that will come here and pray for 1 hour. Ashay. I'll tell you the remaining story. So this guy, like you do all of these things. This girl is still saying, no, I want to focus on my study. No, I have some goals I need to pursue. I need to do this and that. And I say, no, I mean well for you. I want us to do this. And maybe there's a guy that is even more that is serious. But you decided to come into the picture to show how that you care. You are everywhere around her. And she trusted you with her feelings, her emotions. She accepted that relationship that she was not prepared for, but because you showed that you are God-fearing, you're a good person, you're a kind person. You know, girls will always say, but he's a nice guy. Somebody said, like, nice is a fruit of the Holy Spirit. And then you agreed to go into relationship with this person. 1 week into the relationship, 2 weeks, 1 month, God help you, a bit the devil deceive you. You see that pants that your mother says you should not see. Next thing, you're the one calling, he's not picking. You are sending message, they will read and not reply. Or they will not even open your message. Somebody that used to disturb you 5 a.m. You've not woken up, go and put water or like that. Oh, you've not eaten. I wish I'm there so that I'll cook for you. Or now the person is missing your call and is telling you no, it's work. Before you were not working. Or before, like, so what happened? So what has changed? That's emotional betrayal.
Maybe
Somebody trusts you with this
more assignment at work.
More assignment, Abi. That time we did not have assignments. Now you cannot even pray. They are sending you Bible verse. You are not viewing it again. You were the one that was saying, let's pray. We cannot sleep without praying. That's emotional betrayal. You don't find emotional betrayal in you don't say somebody betray emotionally when you're not in relationship with the person. You only, because I hear people say he betrayed me. There are people that before today we're talking about how that now people don't even ask ladies out, or they just start relationship without even your consent. The guy is just in your
definition.
Life, everything. He will not tell you whether I want us to go into relationship, but he's playing the role of the boyfriend or the husband to be. And then all of a sudden you are seeing with another girl. You are saying, what happened? I tell you, but I didn't ask you out now. But you're all over her. You were doing the concern. You were everything, and now you are saying. And the girl is saying, I've been betrayed. In that case, you can't call it emotional betrayal. My reason is this. There was no definition of that relationship. And that is why when somebody is all around you, define it. Guy, what is it? Babe, what is it? Because you cannot be playing a role of a mother and you are not a mother in my life. So, like, you try to define relationship. Don't let anybody deceive you with, we are just friends. And the person is going extreme. Asking for doing things that all over you, making you say no to other people because you are hopeful. Like the guy that always goes to visit this girl every evening. He goes stay with her, just with her, then he goes every day. And then she was hopeful that maybe this guy is interested in me and he's going to ask me out or something. The guy never said anything. Well, for him, he didn't know how to, but he had the intention. He actually liked the girl. And she got tired of waiting. Somebody came and asked for her hand in marriage and she accepted. So this guy came again and his usual routine. He came to the house and said, Kai, you can't keep coming like this. So I'm actually in a relationship. I accept him. But that was why I've been coming now.
She got to read your mind.
But you never said it, and it's already. She said it's
If you couldn't talk, you
because
write
she
it.
has.
Thank you very much.
She has accepted somebody already. So you don't consider when a relationship is not defined or friendship, there's no definition of what people are doing. You can't say this person betrayed me. But when you define a relationship or you are married, and then like you pointed out earlier, like emotional infidelity, people think until you do some certain things that are physical before. But emotional is even more detrimental than even the physical. Like you have challenges, you have problem, you have a wife, but you can't discuss with her. There's a girl somewhere that, babe, where are you? I'm really down, I'm not strong, I'm just emotionally weak and I'm stressed. Let's meet now. And you go, you tell how your wife is very annoying, how you made a mistake of marrying her, how you wish you met the babe before you met your wife, how your relationship was founded on deception, and all you talk to the lady about everything, and how that now is the lady, you appreciate her. That's emotional betrayal, because there's already bond between you and your wife. You anchored on trust and all of that. Now you are taking it, transferring it. You are absent in the life of your partner.
Sure.
That's emotional. We always talk about the fact that, women are emotional being. Everybody needs that emotional support. So imagine you're not
happy you are
there.
saying this. Please, can you repeat it?
The man needs emotional support as well as the woman. So in as much we always say that women are emotional, the man also needs it. You are telling another girl she's beautiful, you can't tell your woman. You're telling another man that you look handsome, I like this, your dressing and all that, but you can't see that when your wife dresses and passes you his, you don't even look at her. Or when your husband dress or barb his hair, you don't even notice it. And he goes another person and say, this your haircut is good. Tomorrow you barb and still come to that girl's place. So you need to be always there. As far as you have agreed to go into relationship, be there for one another. Don't keep this person and then you're emotionally available to another person. That's emotional betrayal. And why would you be in a relationship and you cannot communicate? You spend an hour making call to somebody that you're not in relationship with, and then when you now call your own partner 1 minute, hello, how far are you doing? How was your day? How was work? I like keki. You end
To
the
have
call.
a good night's rest.
You understand? That's the like you don't even enjoy conversation with the person you're in relationship with, but you can't wait for the call to go so that you can talk with the other person. And you're like, hi, how you doing? This your white face, and like you guys are catching
doing
phone.
video calls.
You talk video calls. You do all of that, and then talk for hours, and you're so happy and excited. But your own partner will call you first, his before you pick, and when you pick, you are talking like a lady that was making call to this guy she was in relationship with. Hello, Lafia, fine. Did you see the money? Yes. And she was like you hiss or you abuse the person. Why go into relationship in the first place with the person? And those people, somebody say their hellfire is different. That someone is already
finding the
in
flame.
relationship, having like a good relationship, and you just go and enter and scatter it. Tell the person that no, you came, you saw, it was vision God showed you, and you are very certain about it. You pull her or you pull him out of his or her own relationship. It could even be a married man. You distracted him and pulled him out of his relationship. All the concentration, affection moved to you, only for you to destroy his relationship and now go to build another one. Yesterday, I was sharing a story of a young girl that got an employment in an organization. And then the first day she had a meeting with the boss, she went and told her friend, "Kai, this guy said, like she would like to have him." And the friend was like, "You have started, don't even try that too." This man and his wife like are really bonded. This girl did everything from her dressing, her seductive moves and everything to get this man. He fell for it. He tried it, but eventually he fell for it. They started a relationship. We started keeping late nights and all of that. He was spending time with her, and then she was planning for her wedding with her boyfriend. And
She's not getting married.
before the wedding, she told the boss that, "See, I don't have any problem. I'm getting married. This thing should end." At that point, he was also into the relationship. At the end, all of them lost their relationship.
True now.
Graciously for the married man, his wife still took him. But she, after her wedding, just barely a month after the wedding, the husband said no, because that her boss kept showing up, calls coming to her house and saying they have to continue this thing. That's the impact of you going and then scattering somebody's relationship in the name of you love the person you want to build relationship with. So like I said earlier, it's deeply a painful
And
thing.
you see, one other thing that I see that stands out is emotional manipulation. When you manipulate your partner just to get what you want, and if you're not getting what you want, that manipulation continues. The moment you get it, you become your normal self. That is something that people do a lot, and it's really wrong. You manipulate, you practically just go off. You don't do the normal things you used to do before. You don't smile, you don't, whatever it is you were doing that was making the relationship move on and be loving and all of that, you stop doing that simply because you're not getting what you want. But the moment you get what you want, everything is fine.
Like
until
if you want money from your husband.
my husband, you mean me?
No, I'm
No, why are you taking it personal?
Wait, the one that said it because you're even taking him on the
She just want to know so that she will answer her based on her own.
No.
The
There are
question.
women-
I'm just citing an example.
There are
Be
a lot
it
of-
married. There are married women that do that. There are married men that also do that. They will say, because you didn't do this, I will not give you money for food again. You didn't do this, I will not give you this. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
So the whole
it may happen.
manipulation is two
It's
way,
both ways.
and it's also in relationships as well. You see
Perfect,
someone
yeah.
trying to get back to his partner because he did not get this. So it means that the relationship is only fine until my next need. Yes,
arise.
until my next budget comes up. And then
You
when
know-
it's not forthcoming, you continue to
You used
manipulate.
to
you
be
just-
baby,
you should just
but
say-
when the money
Finish.
You are now
Yeah,
just-
you know what
But
she
the
just
next time
said.
you get what you want, everything we're all loving until my next deal comes
I
up.
actually heard of this one that she was telling us that a guy of one, her boyfriend was asking for sex, and she said no, and then he said, "Tough, fine, but tomorrow if you hear that I had sex with somebody else, don't think that it is my fault. It was your fault for not giving it to me."
It's a
That's
common.
that's
it's a
a
common
very
tricks. It's a
that's
common
very.
tricks.
You see my body? I used to go now. so she mentioned a lot of things that are really very important to look into, and one of that is that you are in a relationship with someone, and then you are giving your emotions to somebody else entirely, and that is why I want to ask my generation, right? Why are you in a relationship and having a bestie? Please, why?
Do you know that some people
Why?
don't
Why?
see anything wrong with bestie, right?
Why would you
some
have a
people don't.
relationship with someone? You say that your whole world revolves around this person,
And it's not your
but
bestie.
you have a bestie.
But it's not your bestie.
It
Like,
makes
seriously,
no sense.
no sense.
No,
at all.
no sense. It just,
she's there for me. She's always there for
then
me.
what?
He's always
Then,
there for
then
me.
what is your girlfriend supposed to be for you? If your bestie is always
What
there
is
for
your
you,
wife?
why is she
Exactly.
not?
Use wife or husband.
Yeah, thank you very much. What is your wife? What is your
Partner.
I'm angry about that.
And I think
Because
think
it
we need to
really
discuss
pisses
this
me off.
issue of-
Bestie
of
is inviting you
bestie
for dinner.
because
you
because
go
this
for work, you say you
bestie
go and eat
issue.
food that they do they cook and
You
care
go
for
and eat.
You go
You
to
go and
bestie
eat
place like,
noodles
I
with
know how
with
it's
bestie.
What's that?
Okay, oh, you used to cook something.
What's
You
that?
know, you people, all these married women, you
Why
just cook
different
something and put inside.
delicacies?
Oh, really? Okay.
It's just disheartening that a lot of times we look at things like this and we are looking at them nonchalantly. How much that so much more that someone is in a relationship, someone is married, and that person is lonely because their partner prefers their bestie over them. It makes no sense.
But do you
Okay,
know
and
why
see-
they prefer
you see-
their besties over their wives? Because their besties are not the one living in the home with them. I don't know if you understand. No, there's something that the grass is always greener on the other side. But when you get to where the green grass is, you realize that it has actually not been green. all
That's
along.
very
So
true.
they prefer their besties.
That's very
because
true.
their besties are not the wives in the house. Their besties are not the husbands in the house. So if the tables will turn around and that bestie happens to be the wife, trust me, they will not like the bestie.
They would. They'll probably hate the,
Well-
the
well,
person actually.
That's why I want to say
Is
this.
that true?
Wait,
Better
I will
be careful
answer
as
you.
you respond.
No, I will answer you. I will answer you. I will answer you. You see, what she said is right.
Okay.
It's true. Yes, because like they said, soja marmari daga nesa.
I want to
Right?
understand.
Admiring from afar.
Yes, admiring a military whatever from afar. But until you have been taken to the
Barracks.
no, is it
Not
barracks?
even barracks.
No, that they are training.
Okay, the recruits training.
The recruitment ground. That is when you will know that yes, from afar you are just admiring the uniform and how they behave, and then but that's not the in thing. Like when you get there, it's something really different. I agree with you. The issue of bestie, right? You find out yes, it's a true bestie. It's just the name that they are just using.
Okay.
But you find out there's this good relationship, good rapport. That's nothing, right? But it's just the name that they are attached to it that people are calling bestie. But in most cases, the issue of bestie, even me, I found that because the issue of bestie have destroyed so many good relationships. Because some people are being adamant, are being careless about about themselves, about their future, about the good thing that they have at hand that they don't know. Because you take a bestie and you rub on your girlfriend. You take a bestie and you rub on your boyfriend simply because he's understanding. He's trying to let you know that see there are red lines that you're supposed to observe, not to cross. But you take him for granted or you take her for granted. That's when you will hear the issue of, oh, it's a mistake. Yes, it's just a mistake and it happened. Now the bestie now is pregnant for him. Do you get? Yeah, or you use the name as a cover Something is going on, but you are trying to show the
Take
man
over
or you are
unit.
trying to show the lady that nothing is happening. We are just bestie. That's what is happening. So we should say no to it. And then you find out some people, simply because of what they are enjoying at the moment, right? Sharing those whatever that they are sharing. And then they live with lies. Telling their partners a lot of lies. Yes. And then that's why I was saying, if possible, this issue of bestie, we should discuss it. Because it has destroyed so many homes. It has destroyed so many good relationships out there. And you see this issue of emotional betrayal that we are talking. I tell ladies that cares to listen. Any man that approach you, he already know his plan. Tell anyone. Any man that approach you, he knows his plan. If he observes you from afar, right? Probably, maybe you have futures of the wife he's thinking, if he's coming with a good intention. Right? And then he observes the friends you mingle with. He observes how you talk and how you coordinate. And he begin to feel, yes, this is the person, this is the kind of person that I think I should settle with. Then he engage himself. He comes with an intention. His intention will draft his action. But women, unfortunately, they don't see this. Every man that approaches a woman, he comes with a clear intention, either to cheat or to stay. There's no two way about it. I know some people would be very, very offended, but that's just the truth. So ladies should take note. So it is your responsibility as a lady. A man comes to you, you are the one to dictate. For you to dictate, you have to build capacity. You have to define who you are. You have to know what is your purpose in life. You have to know where are you headed at. So the person that is coming, see, no matter how he can come with his grammar, with his sweet word, with his crafty approach, if you build capacity, you will know. But sometimes we don't build emotional capacity. And we back on this issue of niceness. Kindness and niceness, they are two different things.
Yeah.
Two different things. We should separate it. That's why when a lady, when you ask her, she's just all over this guy, and you ask her, what is there for the guy? That's just how I easily or simply defined a lady. By just that definition, you will just give me the total of who you are. When I say one about the guy, you just tell me that the guy is nice. And I'll be really, what next? You said, he's just nice. And I just like seriously? He's just nice? You understand? Then you will know she's in for it. And then tomorrow she's saying she's been betrayed. Like how? So we are supposed to build capacity to know, even if it's a man that is coming, for a lady, for her to say yes, already she have an intention. Well defined.
I have a question, a quick question. In a situation where this person comes to you, because you're talking about my gender right now, and then well intended, not he's nice, but he's kind. And he defines it like from the beginning, this is what I want with you, not this. And you gave it a thought, or you like gave it time. And in his actions, you see that, okay, this person like really
serious.
And then you give him that chance. And then along the way, you start seeing some forms of betrayals or changes, detachments, and all. What do you do? Because beyond talking about this betrayal, there are a lot of people that have gone through it. Those that are married right now, that are going through it. You just sleep in the same house with your husband, and you wake up, there's nothing that bonds you. The connection is not there. The trust is not there. The moment you are closing from work, you are angry.
They are roommates.
You are sleeping. You can't wait for morning so that you can leave the house. Why? Because of this emotional betrayal. Like, the I love you is no longer there. The names you used to call yourself, the care, how do you feel? Do you know there are partners that stay in the same house? The other one is sick and the other one does not know. And then you are married. But you found out that in his call log, or based on he's always on call with another lady, or she's always available emotionally for another man, and all of that. How do you handle that situation? And as a young person that you're not married, you have given your all. Like, you were in a situation of accepting proposal from another person of marriage, and this guy showed up all kind and caring, and you just decided, okay, I think I will go with this person. And eventually this person decided, even made his intention known, like started the process of this with you to show how serious he or she is, and eventually this person just changed. You're looking at the persons you have said no to, getting married, settling down, and here you are with this person that came and then was all kind, all caring, and attitude have changed. What do you do? Because there are a lot of young people and
That
even married people that are in this situation now, emotional betrayal. So what do you do as a young person that this person came all genuine and truthful and just changed? Or you are married and your partner does not even care whether you exist or not?
First of all, we have to know that relationship is not a one-sided thing. Where we get it wrong, mostly ladies feel because the man is coming, he's the one that is asking, he should do everything. That's where we get it wrong. Because the moment he's trying and he's seeing that you are not reciprocating, he begins to feel that the burden is on him. And believe me, even the kindness, because we are human, you begin to get fed up. You begin to start losing hope. So in that case, you will not blame him, because it's either you are trying to tell him systematically that you don't want him, he's just wasting his time because he's not seeing effort. And you cannot build a good relationship without both of you bringing effort together to build it. It's not a one-side thing. And this is what is happening to this generation. You leave the burden one side, and that's not the arrangement of God.
So if both of you have done that, what would you do to reconcile?
Okay, I'm coming to that. It's just a simple build-up so that I will not go back to it. That's number one. We have to understand this. If you understand it, I think it even answered the rest, if you ask me. Secondly, you ask. I feel if you build capacity and you see the person coming and he's genuine, right? You should be able to know that this thing will last. But in case you begin to feel this red flags that he's just showing, it's not something that you bargain for. Opt out. Opt out. It's not easy. Opt out. Do you know why some people stay? It's because of those good emotional feelings they share. And that's what keeps them. And that's not who you are. That's not your totality. So that should not deceive you to stay in something that is toxic, that you know it will affect you in the future. So if you are not married, just opt out. Be bold enough. Until you build capacity from the beginning, that is the only thing that will make you to opt out. Because I've seen people that are being hurt, are being bastardized, are being maltreated, like something that you know that is inhuman in the name of relationship. And then you see them going back to it. Do you know the reason? They don't have capacity. They don't see themselves as if they want anything. They see the person as the last option. How can you see yourself as just something that someone can just decide, like you are an option? We are not option, because we are created with a purpose for a particular ministry. So you have to know that. So be bold enough to get. So sometimes we allow the emotions to carry us and make us to keep entangling with that wrong thing, living in pain, and then you are still smiling, you are still going.
I tell you, this thing pains me. Yes. Because I know a lot of young people. I've talked with some friends about how you see somebody wallowing in pain because of emotional betrayal. I gave a story of a girl, even on this show, how that she has been in a relationship for years with this guy. The signs were there that this guy does not really care. Maybe, I don't know why, if people are in a relationship, they don't see things. So
no, they see.
Okay, they just keep
but they just
ignoring. So we kept saying, Kai, this person does not mean well for you. If this will happen, and this person will show up like this, will do this. But like she kept giving excuse for him. He was planning for wedding with another lady in the same church he attended. And then she did not even know. This guy came to tell her a month to the wedding, because the next Sunday he will be announced with the girl in church. And he knows that she will know. That's when he went to tell her. Guess what? When he and why I like the fact you talk about building capacity and being a person of value. When he went to tell her the news, he went to visit her in her house. They got talking and all of that. And later I now say, Kai, he doesn't think their thing is working. No, maybe they should just all find their Ruth and all of that. And she didn't understand where this was coming from. And eventually he was like, that was even after when he came, he had nice time, they conversed, he had sex with her. After the sex, that's when the talk came about Kai. He doesn't think they are compatible though. Like if they can blah blah blah, and he already found somebody, so if she can also
move on. You see what I said? I said earlier. If your man is coming, he had already
and he left
a picture of what he
on
wanted.
Sunday. She was in church and the announcement for wedding, and he was called with that girl. Like imagine. I don't even know.
I don't want to imagine. I don't want to imagine.
So, in fact, we kept checking on this lady so that she would not commit suicide or something because of that betrayal. As a young lady, as a young man, you need to build capacity. There are a lot of guys too that are in relationship with ladies. That as far as the ladies are concerned, you are my funder. You just fund my life. So while they are baby, you know I love you and all. Only thing she cares about is your money. When salaries are approaching or you're having a contract, that's when she gets close to you. All the names keep coming, all mushy and all. And there are guys too that they are close to the ladies for the same reason. Maybe the girl is doing well and when they need things and all of that, but it's not like they like you. They're all I love you. The all I love you are not because they really mean it, but because of what they will get from you. So it is important that you focus on adding value as a young person to yourself. And you also need to be discerning. So that you will not attract
rubbish.
Yes, you also need to be discerning. Like beyond somebody being all kind, some pretend to be. Somebody will come to you and I can't, like how many people told me that they saw vision today? Where are they with their visions? So if you are not like discerning, these people will come with all of this. I'm coming from God, it's God that sent me, and you accept. 1 month into the relationship, the person will abscond or will do something terrible that you're wondering, which of the God is it? The God that you know that sent you or another God? So you have to be a person of value. You need to build capacity as a young person, whether a girl or a guy. You also need to be discerning. Bible says my people perish for lack of knowledge or wisdom. There are decisions that people take or certain kind of individual that people go into relationship with and you're wondering, is that you don't have sense? Because you can see that this person does not mean well for the other person.
Very true.
And so it's also important that you create boundary. You shouldn't be a yes. Anybody that comes
not
to you,
everything
yes.
goes.
So, and if you're married, I also feel that if you're already into that kind of relationship, you are married and there's emotional betrayal, please communicate. Sometimes you are bitter, you're just showing up in attitude and your husband does not even know, what's the problem? You're not saying anything, you people are just acting up, you just sleep, this person at this side of the bed, the other person, you wake up in the morning, you throw food at this other person. Some don't even cook for the husband, or the husband will not even provide because maybe there's something that he feels the wife did or something. So you don't have to live like that. Why not communicate? I think it's important for those that are married.
I want to also add something about.
Let me quickly ask this, then we add up. Can you betray someone unintentionally? Like, can someone emotionally betray you unintentionally? More like, oh, I didn't know.
All right. So before I attempt to answer that, let me say something about what she said. A lot of times we find people coming to meet you and telling you that they have seen vision, right? But if this is the same God that I know, the God that I serve, the God that I've read about his works in the scriptures, there's one thing that is very constant about my God, consistent about him. He never gives one-sided vision. The other person also receives the same vision. If you have not received that vision, wait for yours. Don't jump into a relationship just because the other person said, I have seen vision. You have to see yours as well. because my God does not go one way.
And it
He
depends.
directs.
It depends on the other person. What is his relationship with God?
Exactly.
You know, she talked about discernment.
Yeah,
You understand? Because you have to build
very
your
key.
your knowledge and
Of
your
course.
capacity with the word of God before you can discern
Mhm.
and know when he's talking about vision. Because you see the issue of manipulation that you said earlier. You understand? People can just come with their words and just manipulate you
Exactly.
and just make you feel, because women, the chemistry is that men come with words. That is why we were discussing, I think day before yesterday. See, if you don't want to put yourself in any trouble and you know you are in a relationship that you are enjoying and somebody is disturbing you with call, block him. Don't give him that listening ear, because he will just say something that you are not hearing from your partner
Exactly.
and he confuse you. And from there you just fall into, and that your question will come like, I didn't know.
I didn't know that it's
You
going
didn't
to
even
be
know.
You
like
understand?
Yeah.
I didn't know that it's going to, and then your partner that you build, you build a,
You built the
you
relationship.
built
you
relationship,
invested
you
in
know.
and all.
You invested a lot in, and then he just feel betrayed.
You
because
remember
of that
that day?
simple
That day I
action.
said something
Very
simple.
that there's something about communication. If you know you don't want to have anything to do with somebody, if you are convinced that no, this person, based on what I told God and my agreement with God, it is not this person, don't give room to that communication. Some of these
Cut it.
emotional betrayal are even self-inflicted.
So
In the first place, you are not
Thank
supposed
you.
to have anything to do with this person.
Before your
But
boyfriend, you are
giving it
collecting
a
number.
chance. Every day, yes. Look at that.
Before
lady.
your girlfriend,
she
you are
is with her
collecting number.
partner, and somebody went and he was saying, give, and you are exchanging number, and you are saying, no, this one is my man, it's just a friend. And every day you're communicating, morning, afternoon, and night. See, consciously, unconsciously, feelings you just find yourself emotionally attached to that.
You know
person,
something that you
and-
just
and
said.
becomes a problem.
Consciously or unconsciously, there's that I read a book and he was giving an illustration of how someone visited him in his office, and he was saying that he had no idea what happened, and then he committed adultery and he really feels bad and all that. And then the man said,
Why
so
do people
what
realize
happened
after committing it?
he said, so what exactly happened? That so she works, their colleagues at work, and then she came in and things were going on, like they became friends and all that, and he kept on praying that God would stop him from going to fall into temptation.
Oh, okay.
So this is the illustration that this guy used. He said, so I'm pushing this cup off the table, right? And I keep saying, dear God, please don't let this cup fall. Don't let this cup fall. And I'm doing nothing about it. I'm still pushing it and saying, God, don't let this
Okay, you are
cup
trying
fall.
God.
Exactly.
She used his power and pushed it back.
And push it.
That is that's another major error that we make as people. When we are treading on very shaky grounds, we begin to think that we have built capacity not to fall into that temptation.
Why did the Bible
But
say flee?
sometimes it is flee that is your response.
The solution is there. He said flee. You are sitting down there. Somebody is sitting on your lap.
So are we saying that you can emotionally
She's
be
just a colleague.
she's just a colleague?
Then when it happened, that's when you realize that I didn't know how it happened. When the attempt was happening,
That's what I'm
you did
going
not
to say.
realize.
You
though.
supported
You
it
cannot
happening after.
you cannot just tell me that you entirely were not aware that your emotions were changing. It happens over time and it shows off itself. So when you notice any change, any shift in your emotions that could be, I'm specific about using could be detrimental, run away. Could be, run away. Don't even wait for will be.
Will be, yes.
From could be, run away. It is very key, because a lot of couples make that error. A lot of people make that error in their relationships, and it ends up very badly, very terribly. So from the initial stage, run away before it even gets to somewhere else. Another counselor said that a lady walked into his office, and when he knew the emotions he was beginning to feel for that lady, he changed her counselor and told somebody else to take her case. There's nothing wrong with you doing that. It is also building capacity in itself.
Thank you.
So be intentional
Thank
about
you.
that.
It was a great conversation on emotional betrayal. Solomon
Everybody
Sambo,
shut up.
thank you.
Well,
Yes,
yes.
please. Everybody
Wow.
stop. It's time.
Thank you.
Joyce Jakada, thank you. Prudence, thank you.
You're welcome.
Emotional betrayal is important, or even way more important than physical betrayal. So it is important that all hands should be on deck when it comes to emotional betrayal. You and your partner should be willing to put hands together and work together for the betterment of your home. Please do pay attention to all of this and even more. Thank you so much for doing this with us. Until we come your way tomorrow, do have a blessed day. Bye.